I respectfully disagree podcast. Got Charlie with me. What's going on, Chuck?
What's going on? Nothing much, man. Another day, another life. Pushing
That's
the
it, man.
pushing the pieces on the chessboard, man. That's it.
That is it. For Friday night, man, I am tired, bro. When we get done with this, I'm going to bed, dude.
Man,
I'm so
who,
tired.
who you telling, man? I told you when I get off work, I get off work around 3:45. I'm in traffic for an hour and 40 minutes average.
I couldn't do it.
Man, it's rough, man. I've been tired all day myself. I just been tired since I woke up this morning, which I have been pushing myself in the gym extra hard. We got old, we getting older and things. So man, I'm trying to cut down. So maybe because of that, but no, I think it got something to do with because I work around the stock market, man. Since Trump been in office, stock market has been booming, and we just been busy like for the last 3 weeks. And before they had to work 6 days a week, so I'm saying like, man, and then doing that traffic, I got on there today. I said, I'm tired, man. I'm burnt out. I said, it's a lot.
I don't know how it is there, but like here, the weather done turned. So like we had snow and stuff the other day, and it's just cold. And I'm just like, bro, like, soon as I get off of work, I gotta go either pick somebody up from school or get them to practice. And just sitting in that traffic is a beast. So I can't even imagine at it sitting in Atlanta traffic now. Like, no,
It's just it's
no.
just down it's just down here how everything's set up. It's not meant for a lot of people to live here. So the thing is like your public transportations or you go back roads, like we went to Texas, when we was driving with Kevin took a lot of back roads.
Mhm.
Where you don't have to take the freeway. But in Atlanta you have to.
Mm.
So when I take 285, you know how this 285 because you took
Trust me.
that. So,
Trust me, I know.
so the thing is like it's just constantly traffic, man. It doesn't matter what time you leave. Don't let it be a wreck. But when you come out, the weather, yes, it got cold down here. It's like 30 some degrees. Been like that for a couple of days.
So I said, I know when the weather changing, bro. Man, my body start talking to me, man.
Ease.
Everything start hurting. But today's episode, man, I titled it "Is Boxing a Lost Art?" But we're gonna dive into this Mike Tyson fight from last week. Um, it just so happens that when the fight was happening, I was back at home. Shout out to my cousin Grip. We were celebrating his 40th birthday. Um, so the night of the fight, me and my wife, we was sitting in Applebee's, and they were like, "Do y'all want us to put the fight on or whatever?" And I don't care for boxing, and we've done an episode before. I don't even remember what number or what the name of it was. I'll have to look. But we done a boxing episode once before, and I expressed it then. I was like, maybe it's just where I don't fully understand the technique around the sport in terms of scoring and defense and things like that. I always thought when you get in the ring, the whole objective was to try to knock somebody out. So when the waitress was like, "Do y'all want us to put the fight on?" In my mind, I'm like, I don't really care, but my wife likes boxing, so she wanted to watch it. So, of course, that night you had all the issues with the streaming and stuff like that. But then once the fight actually happened, I didn't watch it. I was just like, "Man, I'm not interested in it." So I didn't pay no attention to it. But then by the time you saw the reaction from social media, a lot of people were saying that the fight was fixed. Um, it was an embarrassment to Mike Tyson and his legacy and things like that. And that's what we're going to talk about. So the floor is yours, man. How'd you feel about that fight, bro?
Didn't look at it. I told
Why?
you, huh?
I said why. Let's dive into it.
Disrespectful to the art of boxing. It's disrespectful to combat sports overall. Is and it's BS. I ain't gonna cuss on here or anything, but to me, Jay Paul has been doing this for a while, man. He started with wherever you call it, the basketball player. Then went to MMA fighters. Then he went. It's only one time where the dude actually fought a boxer. And the boxer wasn't even that good. No disrespect to him. Tyson Fury's brother, Tommy Fury. He lost. And then all of a sudden, you fight a scrub, now you fighting Mike Tyson. Let me tell you something. I grew up on boxing since a little kid. So I love the art form of boxing. Boxing is one of the oldest sports in the world. It's one of the oldest. Boxing is the art form. Now, what you're talking about, you thought you were going to knock people out. That's not how boxing is. Boxing is a science. There's different techniques that make boxing great. Really, at the end of the day, boxing is like hit your opponent, don't get hit. That's really what it is. Now, the thing with boxing, you got defense, you got ring psychology, you got your fight IQ, you got your endurance, you got your power. But overall, with combat sports, especially boxing, where I love it so much, is off the individual. You against you. It's not your opponent. It's you against you, your skill. So when people training, they're training on their tape. They look at tapes on the fighters, the components, but it's against them. And I'm gonna use this for example. And I hate using like a movie reference, but this helps you out kind of on the box. If you remember Creed 1 when Sylvester Stallone told him, look in the mirror, who you see? You see you, right? The fight is against you. So you throwing the punch, you slip it. You work on your technique because it's your will that make you a great fighter.
Mm-hmm.
Think about it. Even if you go back in the gladiator days, the games, the Olympics, boxing came from that. It's a
Speaking of,
old,
I'm going to see Gladiator this weekend. Hopefully, go
oh yeah,
ahead.
Denzel. I don't know, man. Denzel voice. I don't know if it's gonna fit in with the Roman times, but we leave that aside. But with Jake Paul, I'm gonna say this. I respect his hustle, getting his money, but how he's doing it now is disrespectful. And to me, with Tyson is 58 years old, my guy. He's almost 60 years old. So my thing is like people talking about Tyson and all this and that. I mean, even if Tyson went in there, like Tyson get tired really quickly. He's fighting somebody younger for one, which I don't think dude got no punching power to hurt him. But think about this, man. Normally you fight what 8-ounce gloves? They fight with 14 ounces for one. They have that Jake right there, 2-minute rounds.
Yeah.
It's all BS, man. So my thing is when it was happening, I got peed off at Jake Paul, and he be saying like, "I'm bringing boxing back." No, you not, fool. You just using YouTube and all that shit. You know how to do your business. You come for Disney and crap. That's how you know. You know how to target your audience. But it's so disrespectful towards the fighters who really give their life to this sport. They like, and when he kept on calling Canelo. I wish Canelo just take 5 rounds with the guy. Toy with him for 3 rounds and knock his ass out, get him out of there. It's disrespectful. And the thing is, these young people today, I got some people on my job. One guy, he cool, but he told me, he said, "Man, it's a fight. Anything can happen." I said, "Don't you ever disrespect Canelo." I said, "Dude can't hold a mop to Canelo." Shit, he can't even hold a mop to Tommy Fury. Tommy Fury's not even top ranked. What you talking about? But the thing is, the reason I didn't want to see it with Tyson because at the end of the day, people say these things, but what I looked at it as, if Tyson's so great, why is he still fighting for money if he's supposed to be set?
But I honestly, and I'm gonna pause you right there because I honestly feel like it's our fault, the viewer,
Yes.
because even if you step away from boxing and just look at society in general across the board, everything is about money. Everything is about uh quick little gimmicks to make money, and everybody is so stuck on nostalgia, whether it's movies, sports, things like that. So if you set up an event and bring in a legendary person, people are so stuck on that nostalgia that they're going to tune in. And like you said earlier, once you started doing matches where you got former NBA players and stuff like that, NFL players and stuff in the ring, and it's like, what was that show that used to come on MTV? The Celebrity Death Match with the little cartoon character.
Yeah.
And it's like, that's literally what it is. And if you remember that show, it was just all for gimmicks. It was comedy.
Yeah.
But it's like nobody cares about the actual sport anymore.
You know, I'm glad you brought that up because I would say I do blame the viewers. Not me. You all. You all brought into that. Because to me, when I saw it, I said, dude, he gonna get y'all money. You know, people bet on that fight, man.
That's what I'm saying. Shout out to some of my people. They was like, man, are you betting on? I was like, bro, I
Hell
don't
no. What you gonna bet on that
boxing.
for? For anybody who bet on that, I'm sorry. You should know better.
And it's crazy because I was like, you saw the clips of Tyson in his training, and you thought, like, okay, Tyson finna go out here and hurt this dude.
No. Don't mean cut you off. No. He look good in training. He doing pads, bro. That's not somebody in front of you. We just saw a little glimpse what he was doing. We don't know if it were tapes from months ago. We don't know.
That's
Like,
true.
they mixed it up to where when you in training, you hitting pads, when you do it so long, that's a routine, man. Think about it. You probably seen videos when little girls going there and they hitting the pads, and it's routine. It's not the same when you in there with somebody, because when you in there with somebody, you got the drilling going on, and you got some of your muscle fibers that are working that you're not doing in training like that, man. You got someone else hitting at you. So I didn't really look at that. Did he look good? Of course he was. Did he look in shape? Of course he looked in shape. That's like me and you. If we sit there and we made a video of us running, sprinting hard for like 10 seconds,
Shit.
I'm just saying. It make you look good. So
No, it don't.
to
Shit.
me, Tyson did look in that sense, but it's not the same when you're fighting. It's just not the same. And like, I blame the people online, and that's the thing got me. People say, "Man, we got rigged." No, you rigged yourself. This dude been doing this so many times. He been making millions of dollars off people looking at this. All you gotta do is stop paying attention to the crap. First, he went to MMA work. He's smart. He knew a lot of people look at UFC stuff. He used Ben Askren. He used Tyron Woodley. Then he used Anderson Silva. Dude,
Yeah.
even if they're decent boxers, they that's not their main thing. And you know what got me is you never saw him go to MMA side. You know why? He'd be like James Toney, get out, then get you out there in like under a minute. He's not doing that. The dude's smart, man. He's
But
smart.
that's what I'm saying. It's like that's where they sold us an illusion, because for me, like I said, you gotta think we was born in 84.
Mhm.
So my image of boxing was Tyson in his heyday.
Yeah,
And you saw Tyson going for the kill.
yeah.
So that was the image that I had. I didn't watch any other, boxers and things like that. So when you thought of boxing, that's what I thought of. Somebody, as soon as that bell ring, they're coming at you.
Yeah, you're a casual looker, so I can see why you
That's what
say
I'm saying. No, I'm saying to you, I did not look. Even
yeah.
when it comes to
Like for
Tyson,
me,
I was not looking.
when I think about that heavyweight division, Tyson did help it out a lot. You know, because for the big man, because you still had smaller boxers still doing their thing. But when I think about that era, the era we grew up in, I think about Mike Tyson, Evander Holyfield, Riddick Bowe, George Foreman came back, Michael Moore, Lennox Lewis, And then, I was on tapes, man. So my daddy had me on the smaller class too. But the thing I love about boxing, and and I'm gonna say this, and this is my opinion. I think people look at the money now because of Floyd. I read that's
We'll
what.
get there. We'll get there.
Yeah,
We'll
we
we'll
get. But
we'll,
the thing
we'll
is,
slowly get there.
yeah, but the thing is with boxing, with you're a casual, and I'm not saying in a bad way. But I remember
No, I'm not taking offense to it. That's what I'm saying. I'm not even going to label myself a casual because I do not watch it.
but
And
you're
the
right.
reason why I don't watch it is because like I said, once I realize that nobody's going out here to necessarily knock anybody out. If it happens, it happens. But I'm like,
Mhm.
bro, I don't care for that. Like,
It
I
depends.
don't want to watch that.
It depends on the fighter. I
But
don't
that's
not
what I'm saying. Like,
it.
some people are not going out there to knock somebody out.
Yeah, but there's some people out there, man. It's beautiful. See and watch. Like I think if you get somebody knocked, if you want to knock somebody out, it's the best way to do it. But you have to have more skills in that. And when you talk about Tyson, and we talked about it before in your podcast, like Tyson had the power, but Tyson had the skill. He had the IQ, the knowledge too. It wasn't just the knockout power. It was just
So,
Tyson knew how to get in close with the heavyweights, and he basically used their size to his advantage. He's more athletic. So the thing is, Mike Tyson come in real quick. He'd go to the body. He'd get close, and because he had the short arms and thick neck and stuff, that's where his power came from. But it wasn't just all power for Tyson. Like Tyson was a really good fighter. He was a really good fighter when he was on the custom model in there. He was a really good fighter. Like I like that. I don't even though Tyson had punching power, but he was a good fighter. I don't see him just as a puncher, as a brawler. I just don't. I know Eric said that, but I said no. Tyson didn't get like that to the later years. Like no, Tyson was a great fighter when he first came out. He was a great prospect. Like um, but back then growing up, everybody knew about Tyson. Yeah, Mike Tyson Punch Out was one of the best boxing games of all time. He had Mike Tyson Punch Out. He was on commercials. Hip hop was coming big at that time. He got referenced a lot. So yeah, Mike Tyson was in the media more. You know what I'm saying? Because he had that it factor. Um, and that's what helped out. Honestly, without Tyson, this pay-per-view card wouldn't done so well. But the fight card under was good. The women who was fighting, that I heard that was good though. But they actually boxers though. You know what I'm saying? So
but I'm saying all of that because when you go back to the Jake Paul fight and you saw him training, your mind took you back to prime Mike Tyson.
yeah,
So you thought that's what you were gonna get. And everybody assumed that's like, bro, he don't stand a chance, even at Mike Tyson at his age. He didn't stand a chance simply because this is a real boxer. Like this is a certified boxer, whether he's 60 or not.
yeah, but still,
He
bro, like
still he gave you a glimpse of he could still hang. So you knew they weren't going to go a full round match. They already had shortened the minutes per round. So Mike didn't even have to give you endurance. As long as Mike could give you a glimpse of what you saw in them clips, everybody was like, I want to watch this. I want to tune into this. I want to see it. But then once the fight happened and it starts, and you literally see him holding back punches.
yeah, he was holding back a lot. I saw the highlights. First of all, he came in there messed up because he got really sick. That's why they postponed it the first time because he had I think they say he had to have 8 blood transfusions or something like that. So
Yeah.
he was really sick. Um, honestly, like Mike got great genetics, man. But when I saw him in the pad, like honestly, I'm with you with the J Paul. There's no way, but I went off that because I said Mike got too much IQ. Jake leave himself open and everything, but I said, bruh, and that's why I told Eric this. Cause me and Eric had this talk amongst ourselves months ago, and I said, man, Tyson's not gonna go all that hard on him. I thought it was gonna be a draw. I said he's not gonna go hard on him. You know why I said that? Because when he fought Roy Jones Jr., it was the same way. When he fought Roy Jones Jr. 4 years ago, he didn't go all out on Roy either. But you know, it's expedition. They want to try to kill each other. But what I'm saying is, I told Eric, I said, Jake can't box for real, man. I mean, he got some skill. I give him that. But the thing is, I knew it was going to be a draw, or I thought Mike was going to carry him. That's what I thought. I didn't see it as like Mike going to kill him. Cause I said, dude, you need to make your money. This dude, Jake made 40, he made 20. You know what I'm
But that's
saying?
the
Like,
thing, because it's like that's the biggest turnoff for me, because I'm saying that, and this is where I'll say that I'm ignorant to how it all works. I'm like, the purse is supposed to be set before the fight, right?
yeah, they negotiate. So the fighters and the promoters, it just depends. Like if it's
So I'm
close,
saying that whether he got knocked out in the first round, it should have been the same. I didn't like, and
yeah,
that's when people started saying that there were different little incentives for it would be a bigger payout if it went the distance.
yeah. Some boxing fights are like that. If it goes to distance, depends how many people bet on the fight. Also too, you know, they probably thought about the viewership. Honestly, a lot of people want to see Jay get knocked out, be honest with you. But at the same time, like they probably want to carry for that reason. But I think they look at the betting odds too. I didn't look at the betting odds on that night because I was interested in the John Jones fight with Stipe, but I think like it was all fishy, man.
So that's when, for me, it becomes less interesting, because now the writing is on the wall. It's like nothing about this fight was genuine. Because when I saw him biting on his glove, this is just my opinion. I've seen other people do videos and share their thoughts and things like that. He had so many opportunities to counter
Yo,
and really do something bad to that dude, but you could see him holding back. And then when he's sitting there biting on his gloves, I'm like, that to me is a sign of somebody. We all know what Mike Tyson brings to the table in terms of aggression. I don't care if he's 90 years old. That's just who he is. That you can't turn that off. So once you put him in that ring and all your adrenaline and all of that is flowing, he only knows one mode. And you saw him trying to refrain from going into that. And that's why I'm just like, bro, like, people are spending their hard-earned money. People are sacrificing time. And ain't no telling how many people had watch parties and things like that. And this is what we all came here to see. Like, I would be livid, bro.
man, I wasn't shocked by it at all. But I'm with you with Tyson when he was It was even up to the fight, how he was talking, or like I told you, you talked to a little girl, and like she talking about, about your ego, not the ego, about your legacy. He said, "What legacy? We don't got no legacy. When we die, we turn to dust. There's no legacy, this and that." And like then he was as kids, he said, hopefully, I can't remember what he said. It was somebody's kids. He said, "I want to show them who their dad really is." And then they come out and they said that he's hurting for cash. So all that equaling up, I think he knew that he was shaming his art form. But the money was so great and grand. And I'm with you, man. Like when he was biting his gloves, there was one time where Jake arm was down. He threw a jab, and like you would see Tyson came in and he hold back. He hold
Exactly.
back and Jake did like this. And I'm sort of like, when I saw a highlight, I said, huh. I said, no, man, that's right. Look at that crap. And like, I cannot get over somebody bet on that fight. I cannot get over to save my life. Why?
That's that gambling addiction kicking in. I
Man,
ain't
I
gonna
don't
laugh
get
at that
it, man.
one.
But like you said, it makes boxing a little bad, dude. Like to me, there's some good boxers out here. Like I said, I look at boxing. Like I know, like Canelo's still doing his thing. Crawford's my guy. Crawford's still in there. I can't remember that Asian guy's name, but he's really good too. But what Jake doing, Jake, he knows how to market himself. He know how to get his money. That's why I said when it comes to that side, I can't hate on him for that. Get your money, bro. You got everybody looking at it. Tyson was the big money mover in this, but he knew what to do to get that to happen. So I can't be mad about that. But when it comes to sport of boxing, oh, that's gonna fuck things up. Cause now people say, oh, they want YouTube people on there, crap like that. Or Jay Sherman, like he's a real boxer. Dude, you're not no real boxer. Stop it.
So that's the issue, and it stretches deeper than just boxing, because now with this internet, social media age, and everybody's streaming, anybody can be famous just by going live every day. To this very moment, and there's no shade towards this dude, but it's like I have no idea who Kai Cenat or whatever his name. I have no idea.
Right out of my mouth.
Like,
right out of
I'm
my
like,
mouth.
where did this person come from? And at this point, he's like a global person, like huge. But the more you get stuff like that, the more you see him on TV playing in celebrity basketball games and all these different events, because now he's grasped the attention of so many people worldwide that tune in to his streaming, to where now they're willing to pay money to watch them go box or watch them go do this and that. So I'm like, as the consumer, we have turned completely away from using sports as a method of just you mentioned gladiator and Rome and Greek and stuff earlier in the conversation, but it's like if you go back to that time period and you really think about it, it was almost like barbaric behavior. Like real, just hold on, just hear me out. Real fighting, real battle, like toughness, grit came with it.
Mm-hmm.
We're trying to use the same system, but it's like, make sure you don't hurt me.
Well,
and I'm like, bro, like that tarnishes the whole concept of going in here and competing. Even if you look at, just hold on. Even if you look at it from a basketball perspective, the NBA is suffering right now because people do not want to sit down and watch both teams chunk up a bunch of threes. When we were growing up, the league had defensive specialists. There were people on the court that didn't have no desire to score. Their job was to rebound and stop you from scoring, which made it entertaining because you had a Gary Payton matched up with a Michael Jordan. So you're getting the best of both sides. And Michael Jordan had to elevate his game to get past a defensive specialist, where now there's not one defensive minded person in the league right now. So everybody's just scoring, open rim, open everything, just score. So now the fan is bored from it. And I'm saying to you, going back to the fight, if I, in my mind, say that Mike Tyson was a person who you were afraid to step in the ring with him, there was a feat there, you were afraid. Now you got some random person that's willing to walk into the ring because he already knows it's in the contract, it's in the fine print. He can't hurt me. But guess what? People are still spending the same amount of money that they spent back when we went and watched Mike Tyson in his prime. So it's a gimmick. That's what I'm trying to say. And I'm like, bro, like, nah, I'm cool on that, man.
Yeah, it's a gimmick. I know you were talking about the Roman times. I think even when you think about Castanet and Jake and them, I think it was the same back in the Roman times too. It was more barbaric. But the Romans, what they did back then, because the economy was hurting so bad and everybody didn't believe in the system, the Caesar, not Julius Caesar, but the Caesars at the time, they had to do something to entertain the people, to get their mind off what was really going on with society. Then eventually Rome then collapsed because all the deficit stuff they had. I think it's kind of similar to today time where people sitting there like social media when you're on there all the time and you're working or you know how much things to do. A lot of people use social media as a time to entertain yourself and heal. To where now, like these Castanets and them, I think I don't know. I don't know if he came from the. I know he came from streaming. I don't know if it came from the gaming or what. But the thing is, like the kids, they looked at them since they were 12 years old and they grew with them. You know what I'm saying? So now everybody look at them like they word is bond.
Yeah.
Jake the same way. Jake got my people who've been with him since the Disney days. So I sit there like I get what you're saying. I think it's similar to the Roman times. The only thing is now you get more of the foolery than the actual real deal. That's the problem. It's getting the exposure. That's the problem. And
Yeah.
right now. Um, but I think with Jake, he gonna have to fight somebody real next. He ain't gonna be able to keep on doing this forever. He knows it. Cause like I knew it at Tyson. It was like damn if you do, damn if you don't. Like it was basically a lose-lose situation for him. For Tyson too. Well, not for Tyson. Tyson got the money, but at the end of the day, his legacy solidified. People ain't gonna they're not gonna shit on him. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But with Jake, that puts him in a bad situation. Cause now, bro, like you want to fight some, you want to fight somebody. He keep on calling Canelo, so you doing that? Cause you know Canelo not gonna give you no time. Because
But even with that, so here, answer this: how old is Canelo?
Canelo, he should be in his mid-30s or maybe a little bit younger. He's in his 30s, in between like early and mid.
So in terms of boxing, how long has he been a boxer?
He been in boxing for a while, man. He been boxing since he was like his teens. He when he fought
So
Floyd, I think he was in his early 20s. He fought Floyd. You gotta look it
so,
up.
so think about it because I feel like you're guilty of it right now too. Like we're asking him to go against people that we are familiar with to try to prove a point, but it's like, where are the up and coming boxers?
They're there. It just the thing is, man, if you're not reading the sport, you're not gonna know it. Like at the
So
end of
that's
the
what I'm saying. Like, why are they not showcasing the new up and coming talent? We keep leaning on familiar names.
Jake, the thing with Jake, what Jake doing, Jake got his own thing. Now, when it comes to the boxing organizations, Canelo, he's only 34. I looked it up. Canelo's like number one. He's number one pound for pound. So the thing is with Canelo, he's so good and he's still in his prime. That's right, Jake talking about him a lot because it puts more eyes. But the thing is, in boxing, the up and comers are getting talked about, but it's in the boxing realm. Now, I will say this with boxing: do they need to market a little bit more? Of course, because that's right. MMA is doing so well because they know how to market so good. I mean, so well. Excuse me. Boxing needs to do better with that. The problem with boxing is you got so many different organizations inside boxing that that don't want to really work with each other like that for real. That's the problem. Um, the thing, boxing got an old marketing tactic. And so the thing is, like, they need to get with the times. That's right. That's right. Jake's able to do what he needs to do. But there are good fighters out here. But it's just like with basketball, man. Like, you really have to look at basketball to know who are the great prospects. You have to look at it. It's just like with boxing. You have to look at boxing to know it. You even said it with NBA now. You said, man, oh man, they keep on talking about LeBron and stuff like that. Just like how I'm talking about Canelo and Crawford. You know what I'm saying? I'm using them because they are the best of this generation to me.
Right.
But
Nah, that's what I'm saying. Cause I'm sitting there looking at Golden State now. That's why I keep glancing up. But
mhm,
it's like if the NBA, if Kevin Durant, LeBron, and Steph retired right now, tonight, the
mhm,
NBA will suffer
yeah,
tremendously. So that's what I'm saying. It's like I hear you and I hear the names that you're saying, and I'm like, okay, yes, it will be good for a a person that is an actual boxing fan to watch, but you're still hanging on to the nostalgia of it. So it's like you're not showcasing
what's the
who's
nostalgia?
just hold on. You you're not showcasing who they're passing the torch to. You just said Canelo has been boxing since he was in his teens. So
But
why
now,
would you really want to see someone that's been in this game for 15 plus years?
let me rephrase that. He been boxing since his teens, not pro. Like he got known in his 20s. Like for him to fight Floyd, Floyd did, Floyd beat him because Floyd was smart and got when he was young. They did pass the torch. Or like with Crawford and them, the torch did get passed. And then there's new fighters now that they're getting good. I can't remember that Asian dude's name in my life. It's not going right now. But the thing
But
is
it's not
about
going to bring the viewership.
was that
It's not going to bring the viewership.
no. I bet different on that. Because like when Canelo fight brings viewership, when Crawford fights it brings viewership. Like when he fought Spinks.
But listen to what you're saying. You're still mentioning those names. I'm saying that if Jake Paul fights a up and coming boxer, it's not going to bring the viewership.
It will
So is
because of
this
him.
the reason why they're bringing all of these names to bring in a massive crowd? Because people are hooked on the nostalgia.
Yeah, because nostalgia. Because overall they want to see Jake get beat. Jake know that he can't take a lot of these boxes. The thing is, if Jake did call out somebody who was unknown, it would still work because of Jake. Like it would still work. But Jake don't want to do that because Jake knows if he lose again, that's gone. Especially if he lose bad. He tried. He tried to fight legit boxers. He tried to fight Tyson Fury's brother, which Tyson Fury got a name, so they have that Tommy Fury. Tommy Fury's he's a pretty good decent boxer. I mean, he's not up there, but they fought and he lost. And so he sit there like, I don't want to go down this road because it's gonna hurt me if I keep on losing. So what was the fight he had after that? I can't remember the fight he had after that, but it wasn't nobody legit. So I think if Jake fights a professional boxer, it's gonna work regardless because Jake has that name. It's just like with Floyd. People turn into Floyd. Floyd's undefeated streak, but also they want to see him get beat. I think that's how it was with Floyd. They want to see him get beat.
But hell,
So
even with that, it's like, bro, I never fell into that hype because when I did watch him fight, I've been at watch parties and things like that. I'm just like, bro, like, is this what everybody's excited about? Oh man, he's defensive. He's technique. He's this. He's that. I'm just like, bro, I could care less. I thought I was gonna come see some people fight,
but you
and
saw
it's like that ain't happening. So I'm like, nah, bro, you can have his shit.
was that the Pacquiao fight you saw with him?
It might have been. I done been to at least 2 of them or 3.
See, then when he fought Pacquiao, man, he got Pacquiao like he Floyd knew what he was doing. He got Pacquiao. They got older, whatever. And the thing is, but Floyd, now I will tell people, this is me. People talking about, I told you before, people say he's great all time. I don't think he's great all time. The greatest defensive fighter all time, most definitely. Um, the he got good defense, but he didn't always fight like that though. When he was Pretty Boy Floyd, he went out there, he would depend on people. He couldn't do that. He couldn't keep on doing it. He kept on breaking his hands.
Mm-hmm.
So he kept on breaking his hands. So he had to change up the way he fought. Now, when he fought Cotto, he went at Cotto, but because of that, Cotto won some rounds against him too, and the day he got mad at him, said, "No, you need to stay what got you here." The thing to help out Floyd, when people understand, Floyd's a great fighter, but what helped out Floyd was at that time we didn't really have no heavyweights for real. The Klitschko's was over all the heavyweight division. They kind of ruined the heavyweight division. I'm being honest. Everybody and people were losing. Floyd was the only one who was undefeated, so he capitalized on it. He came with what Jake is doing, but the difference between Jake, Floyd can actually fight, so he marked himself that way. So when you saw Floyd, I could get why you said, "Man, this shit boring. I don't want to see this." Like, I get what you're
whack, bro.
Now, if you would have saw the Spinks and Crawford fight, you would have been excited. But the way Floyd fights, that's how he fights, man. He's very safe what he does. Like, but the thing is, he went out because people want to see him get beat. That's why he makes so much money because people want to see him get beat.
So not to keep repeating myself. So it's like that is, in my opinion, them taking advantage of the consumer.
Yeah.
And that's where we're at in today's time across the board. Bro, just the other night, I was looking at Celtics versus Lakers tickets in Boston.
Mm-hmm.
2 tickets. This is not even lower level for real. It's like upper lower level, if that makes sense. We ain't nowhere near the floor, but we're not at the nosebleeds. 2 tickets was $1,600. That does not include flight. That does not include hotel. That does not include food. This
Are
is
you?
just for us to go into the building.
Is
And
that?
I'm saying to myself, this is stupid. Like that, like you price out the average person and they wonder why viewership is down. They wonder why people are not attending the games. Bro, you've priced everybody out, but I get it. Now you have to make the prices to pay out some of these high ass salaries that's going on across the board. So when you look at sports, the product is not as good as it used to be, but they're making way more money. So it's disrespectful to your legendary boxers. It's disrespectful to your legendary basketball players and things like that because you see that these people are making way more money and they're milking and taking advantage of us, the consumer, and we're the fools that keep doing it.
Yeah, they're capitalizing on an organization that was built on people who really cared. I know. I know. Like in boxing, I go back to the Three Kings era. I bring it up all the time. Sugar Ray Leonard, um, Marvin Hagler, Roberto Duran, and Tommy Hitman Hearns. I go off that era because they fought the best. Didn't matter. Like it was like, no, I want to be the best. Like I want to fight you regardless. Like that's what I'm here for. The money will come. You know what I'm saying? But it was like the glory of it. And that what brought the viewership in. Same way with Tyson. Tyson fought everybody, man, in the beginning. Um, fought everybody. Vander Holyfield, same way. In basketball, it just it's like now when we talked about this the other day, I think the money is so high to where like you're not making them, and I ain't saying nobody should not get paid, but you're not making them really show their worth. You just giving them a lot of money off like what you think they can do.
Right.
I don't know where you was in the state when you went to the we looking at the seats, but you know how they have them you know how they have them skybox seats? Like, you know, they're not all the way in the top, but you know, they kind of like where you get a good view, but you're not on the floor. Is that what you're talking about? Like the level?
Yeah, right below the skybox.
Yeah, that's high, man.
Bro, like
That's high.
and
Like,
I get it. You're talking about two legendary franchises. But it's like for somebody that is a fan and they don't live in Boston and you're nowhere near LA, but it's like, okay, I'm going to sit here and save up for this event. I want to go, I want to attend. But then you look at the pros and the cons, and then you ask yourself, it's like, bro, do I really want to peel 3 or 4 grand? Because that's what we're looking at now. If you really want to go have a good time, get a nice little hotel, nice little weekend getaway, nice little flight, you're looking at least 3 grand. And it's like, I'm doing this to go sit down at a 2 hour ball game. Is it worth it? And then you sit down and you say to yourself, it's like, bro, as much as I'm a fan, I can't imagine myself doing that. That's why I haven't seen the Lakers play because the Lakers have been terrible up until this point, but that doesn't change the prices to get into a game.
yeah.
So even when they come to see the Pacers, bro, tickets to see the Lakers, man, you're talking about $300 or $400. So if I want to take my son, I'm still spending $1,000 to drive an hour and a half up the road. That's
Yeah,
crazy.
I heard that if like you could go see a game with somebody that don't have that much star power like the Lakers, and it won't cost as much. But if you go to a game where the Lakers come down and you're gonna see LeBron there, but they will double them
The
prices.
prices change, bro. Like literally, like
Mm.
if I wanted to go see the Indiana Pacers versus uh we'll just say the Charlotte Hornets, it might be $150. Cool. Let's go. Let's go watch. The next night, the Lakers come. The tickets are $350, $400. And I'm saying you're taking advantage of the consumer. But of course, if you wanted to see that game, you're going to pay the price. So as a fan, we continue to pay it. So every year they have justifications to keep raising it up. So now you got 65, well, I think they said 65 million viewers on YouTube the other night. Netflix, I mean.
Something like that, yeah.
So if this is the direction that Netflix is heading, you best believe that they're finna up the subscription cost.
Yeah,
They already have.
yeah.
They've been doing it. But now they're gonna be like, oh, if you want the package to where you get access to all stream sporting events and the quote unquote pay-per-view events and things like that, now you got to get the gold package.
I
And
told
guess
you
what
that
people are gonna do? They're gonna buy it.
I told you they got a deal with a WWE and somebody else. I think they use this to see how well it's going to do. That's why I think the stream was kind of off because they was testing it
Man,
out.
that joint was terrible. Like I said, we was sitting in Applebee's and it was just sitting there spinning. And I'm like, nah, people paying their hard-earned money for this. And it's like, I can't imagine how many people threw watch parties and stuff like that and probably charged at the door because oh, we got to pay for the food, we got to pay for the drinks.
Because that's
And
what
you
people
sit
say.
there.
Yeah, I don't mean to cut you off, but that's what got me too. Because people say it was free to watch. I said, really? Was it really? Because I said you're paying that subscription, and you got people coming over like you're drinking, eating. It's a great event. Like, no, you still wait. You still spending your money. Like, and it sucks these days, man. Because my God, like, we don't have cable in my house. But I sit there like, I got some streaming sites for free through my courier. But like,
Mhm.
I can't imagine, man. Like, even if you say you paying like 20, like 15, $20 for this subscription, right? You add out the crap up, you're paying what you are with cable. Like, I mean, if you think about it.
Bruh, that's such a sensitive subject. Man, I pay $326 a month for cable.
Really? Uh,
326.
I got rid of ours, man. Cause
I
my wife
need
like
to.
watching cable. I don't look at cable that much, and then I like the USC, and I know I was looking at. I think Disney Plus has ESPN, so I wanted to get Disney Plus so I could get the pay per views for USC, but they want you to pay an additional $70, $80 for their package in order to order the pay per view. I said, wait a second, you charging me double? I said, nah,
Bruh,
man,
it
a
is
lot.
it is depressing. Every time I pay it, it's depressing because I'm like, I don't even consume TV like that.
Yeah, you
I
don't.
only watch sports, bro. I'm sitting here now. I got Arkansas on one game, and I'm looking at Golden State on the other TV, and that's all I watch is basketball, bro. And I'm like, they don't offer you anything to where I can get just these stations. And of course, since I work from home, I got to have the highest speed internet and all of that. So by the time you pay for all that shit, man, I was like, man, they killing people, bro.
So, quick question. I probably sound crazy to this, but I haven't been keeping up. Like, so for you to look at like the games or look at the new the news like ESPN, how it was back in the day, is it still like they're still on cable, or now they got special packages on like different streaming sites now? That
So,
makes
so even with ESPN, ESPN has its own app, it has its own streaming. But guess what? When you log into it, you have to select your cable provider to get access to it.
mm,
So it ain't like if I could turn all this cable off right now and just use apps, I would be perfectly okay with that. But for the majority of them, even like with stars and stuff like that, when you log in, you have to connect your actual cable package. So like I have Spectrum. So I have to select my cable provider. So before I can log in to watch Stars, they have to verify that I pay for the service to have Stars.
Mm.
Otherwise, I can't watch Power.
I know we got it. I guess it works like that for us too, but I don't. I don't look at stars. My wife does. Honestly, man, the only thing I look at, I was free. I look at HBO Max, and then I would look at what's another one? Hulu. My wife get Amazon Prime really cheap, and we get Paramount with that.
And the crazy
So
thing is, bro, we got all that shit too. That's why I'm just like, and guess what? You're paying for each individual one. So I don't even want to know what that is. That's completely separate. And now that they're cracking down on password sharing,
yeah, they stopped that. Especially
I'm
Netflix.
like, shit. So
They
now
stopped.
people are being asked to spend more and more money. I know we done kind of got off topic a little bit, but I'm saying all of that as it relates to the fight because if more people are going to tune in to events like that, that's going to encourage Netflix to figure out as many ways as possible to keep people tuning in, which is going to drive up their subscription prices.
And that's where I say Jake's a smart businessman because he knows that the organization, box organization, already care for him. You see what he's doing? He's trying to make a deal with Netflix where he could throw his stuff on Netflix. See
It's
that?
crazy.
So
That's
that's
why
what he's doing. But like I said, man, everybody saw the fight. I didn't see it, and everybody said, "Man, come on, Charles. We know you saw the fight." No, I did not. I said I wasn't gonna look at that BS. I went and saw the fight card for Stipe and John Jones. That's what I was looking for. I said that's a fight to me. I'm not looking at that make believe crap. And anybody who bet on it, it must be out your dang mind. I'm sorry, but man, you might well bet on wrestling. You might well bet on pro wrestling. I'm being honest. You might bet on that, which I think they do that now too, which is so crazy. But
man, you can bet on damn near anything now.
pardon, bet on the roach going down your house or not. I don't know. But the thing is, like, it's crazy where we at in society. And only the reason why Jay can exist today is how society is. He
Yep.
was born into this social media realm. Think about it, bro. Like with being your age, we not even that old. But we didn't but we wasn't born in social media era. You gotta think MySpace was like, how old was we when MySpace came popular?
I was in college.
Okay, so and then the Facebook, it was the Facebook, not Facebook. It was the Facebook at the time in college. Yeah. So the thing is, we was at the cusp of it, but we wasn't born into it. Like Jake and them were born in these eras, and that's what they rely on. Dude, if you look at them, they need so much gratitude online. It's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. And so he knows how to make it work. But the thing is, eventually what's going to happen is it's going to hurt the sport of boxing, but it's also going to hurt Jake because how long are you going to be able to milk this? You know what Jake's going to do once he can't milk it no more? I'm going to something else. Then he probably will try to go MMA or something like that. You know what I'm saying? Like, he look
Yep.
at it as a money tactic. But I didn't like what,
Gimmicks, man. Gimmicks.
yeah, I didn't like what he did with Tyson because Tyson is one of the greats. People say they want by Tyson. Tyson's on your Mount Rushmore of boxers. He's up there. And to me, it's like I didn't like seeing that because honestly, I think Tyson needed the money. Two, he was past his prime. I didn't like how Netflix did him. How in the world you gonna walk? How to do walking off with his thong butt showing? Like, what kind of mess is that? I was like, this is a clown show. And then he tripped. He tripped when he came out. He had the knee brace on there. I didn't like that. And so, you know what I'm saying? Like I don't know, man. To me, I didn't want to look at it. And I remember when people talk about it, I said, I'm not looking at that fight, man. I love the sport too much. But at the end of the day, I grew up on the sport. I love like boxing and mixed martial arts. I love that stuff. So my thing is like, no, man, like I remember I still like it today, like when a big fight happens, like when Tank fights. Like when Tank fight, man, it's a big event. Sure, we all looking at Tank fight. You know, that's another guy who's good. He knocks out people. You like Tank. So Tank is good. Devontae Davis is his name. Tank is good. When them fights happen, it's a big event, but like at least I know with them fights they're legitimate. You know what I'm saying? They're legitimate. But with Jake doing, I'm saying like, dude, I'm tired of seeing you fighting these older people. Tyson was like 30-some years older than you. Then you fight MMA people who you know they don't fight in that round like that. Then you try to call out Conor. Bro, we always saw Conor with Floyd. Nobody want to see that bullshit with you. Like, I'm being honest, nobody want to see that. But I would be fine with Jake if he didn't call out the boxers, the real boxer, Canelo and them. I said, stop it, bro. You know they're not going to fight you, man. You know they're not going to fight you. If they do, they're going to hurt you.
Pretty much.
But he gonna throw that money. Hey man, hey, if you do, don't go too hard, and we both win in today. I guarantee you what he did with Tyson.
And that's why, as a fan, you should be offended. You should be upset.
I didn't like it, man. I didn't like it at all. And it killed me. People talking about like it was a legitimate competition fight. Hell no. There was no competition at all. Now when he fought Roy Jones Jr., okay, that's different. They both fighters. They both professionals. They both around the same age almost. Like that was different. And it was 4 years ago. You get what I'm saying? Tyson been sick. They say he almost died. This dude came back and he's obligated to fight because he probably signed a contract.
Yep.
And then Jake talking about I carry Mike. Shut your white ass up. You ain't carry no damn Mike. What are you talking about? You carry Mike? Like, what are you talking about? You trying to make it like you just so good? Like, no.
Oh well.
You cannot tell me that Mike Tyson was not depressed the whole fight. I heard T sitting there like, I can't believe I'm doing this crap.
It's interesting. Like I said, man, dope.
They even said when he bit his glove one time, they showed a slow-mo video, he was smiling.
That's what I'm saying. Just the optics of it all. And it's just like, I don't know what people pay to get in there. So it's like, man, people, coming all out for an event such as that and to walk away disappointed. It's a slap in the face to the sport. And that's why I wanted to title this is Boxing a Lost Art, because it's just now we getting to the point to where it's just a bunch of foolishness. And this is coming from somebody that don't even watch. Just looking at the clips, I'm just like, bro, you can clearly see that he's not swinging, he's not punching.
Yeah, I don't believe boxing is a lost art. Boxing still gonna be here. It wasn't no difference to where people said about boxing before Tyson came back in the day. There's no difference. Like I think boxing always gonna be here. Jake making easy money right now. Like it's not a lost art. Even like basketball, I don't think basketball is a lost art form. I don't.
Getting there, bro.
It's probably you say it's getting there, but what I'm saying is like eventually, like somebody gonna come through and change it. That's all I'm saying.
They sitting here now trying to figure out a new format for the All-Star game. This is like the second or third time that they've changed it.
What you mean new format?
So that they can make it more competitive. They're trying to figure out ways to make it more competitive. Like we went to All-Star weekend last year. And I'm like, bro, for me as a fan and somebody that's been watching basketball for a long time, if you'd have asked me 15 years ago, would you want to go to an All-Star event, All-Star weekend? I would be like, dude, that's one of my dreams. That's a passion. I want to go. I'm excited. And then when we were there, we were just like, okay. Nobody's trying. Nobody's putting out effort, but you're charging the consumer the max. The concessions and things like that. Like people are steadily forking out money to come and watch the stars, and half of them are not even giving you 110%. They might give you 80, and that's pushing it.
Yeah, it's sad. It's like that fight. I think Tyson didn't have 80 to give you. He gave you like 30.
And that's what I'm saying. It's like you're asking people to pay their hard-earned money, bro. That's disrespectful.
But the fight below that though, that them two females fighting, that I saw the highlights on that. That was good though. But they don't have the star power though, man. To be honest, like it's amazing that Tyson still had the star power he does. It showed he did a lot in that era. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
I just hate to see him still fighting because you can't tell me he don't need the money, man.
it's crazy, bro.
Like, and to me, I think Jake he just using people, man. He's pimping on the sport and everything. I just don't like it. I just don't like it. Like that it's and to me, I told people like I was fine when he was knocking out what's his name, man. I can't forget to do basketball player's name. Um,
Nate Robinson.
yeah. When he knocked the mess out of him, I was fine with that because you know why? Because that was in the realm of celebrity. But he wanted to branch out in the real sport and like, okay, you're mixing it now. The young kids don't know, but the people who know better said, "Oh, this is not reality. This is fantasy. This is the Matrix." You know what I'm
Yep.
saying? That's what it is. And so when I talked to my coworker the other day, he said, "I don't know, man. He already shot this Canelo. A fight's a fight. Don't disrespect Canelo like that." I'm gonna tell you what happened. Canelo gonna put that pressure on him. Canelo gonna stay on his chest. Canelo gonna make him tired, and Canelo gonna get him out of there. But Canelo's not gonna do it because Canelo looks at it like, hey, if I'm gonna make money with somebody, I'm gonna make money with real fighters who really trying to support their families and stuff. That's how Canelo sees it. Because even when they bring up Canelo, he don't entertain it. He said, "I'm not entertaining it." You know what I'm saying? He knows. He said, "I'm not entertaining it." Like, no. What are we talking about here?
No, I
And then,
get
and
it.
then you got Jake licking out his tongue when Tyson punched him. You know good dang well Tyson didn't punch you that hard. Like, come on, man.
So I said, nah, I ain't watching that crap. But
It,
good
but,
stuff, though, man.
but yeah, man, I understand why y'all looked at it because y'all was home. You know, Angelina want to look at it. Angelina probably don't know. She said, "Oh, big, be exciting." No, 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 no. I saw that a mile away. But you know what I'm saying, man? It's smart marketing. Like, it's on Netflix for free. You sitting there like, hey, it's free. In your mind, you think it's free. You're really paying for it, but it's free. Hey, man, Tyson, man, he's one of the greats, man. Either you saw him before or I heard my uncles and talk about him. Like, he got video games on him, all this stuff, you know. All this stuff together, it draws you in. But like, I guess for somebody like me, I'm different to where like I knew where it was gonna go and I said, it's not gonna be what you think. They really protecting this guy, Jake Paul. It's not gonna go like that. And for two, is like when it comes to like social media things, like I be on social media, but like a lot of these cats I don't know like that. I know Castanet and stuff. He's always on my timeline for some reason. Dude be doing some stupid stuff. And it's crazy with him too, cause like I noticed like Nicki Minaj should go down there. I think Chris Brown was just down there. You could tell they go on his platform. He got such a broad audience, you know.
Yeah.
So I don't know, man. I mean,
It's
I
just the
don't know.
age we living in, bro. We
Correct.
becoming
You're
the
right.
dinosaurs, man.
I'm with you. Like it's the era we're living in, and like you have to accept it, but do it your own way. But it is the age we're living in, and it makes me think like how our parents was with us.
Yeah.
So it's just a cycle, man. But no, when it comes to him, like I told people, I wasn't gonna see that fight because, and I don't feel sorry for anybody who bet on that fight because I should know better. But like, for them to bet on it, I don't know what the odds. I really want to see what the odds was.
I didn't pay attention to it. I have no idea.
I really would like to see that. But the thing is, like, man, look, who we gonna fight next? Somebody say, so who they say? Say he gonna dig up Muhammad Ali or somebody.
It's wild,
I,
dude. And that's where we gonna leave it because that's what I'm saying. Now you got people making a mockery of the sport. That's why I'm like, to me, it's disrespectful across the board. And maybe it's just where we getting old, man. We 40 now, dog. We 40, man. So we're gonna have a different perspective on things. And growing up, you always thought elderly people were always complaining. Oh, I remember when this was that. And it's like sometimes I have to catch myself because even when I'm at the store, I'm like, man, you walk in there and it's like, man, I remember when that used to cost this and that. And it's like, dang, I'm doing it
Groceries,
too, bro. I'm doing
groceries,
it too.
gas.
Man.
How cars are today. I posted another day because it made me laugh when people said people need to get off their phones and pay attention to the road, but then do show he had a CD book what we did when we was younger. And I said, dang man, that yeah, that's contradicting yourself. But yeah, you're right, man. Like I know I don't look at age that much. 40 stuff I think is a blessing. I don't look at age. I mean, I guess because I always trying to learn from different things. But like when it comes to older people, when you talk about older people complaining, I think with me now, when I think about it, I don't look at them complaining, man. It's like a lot you can learn from the elderly, man. Because honestly, life is a cycle. It's all the same. Like it's all the same. And so now I look at older people, man. I really be trying to pick their brains, man. Especially the ones who've been for 70, 80 years. You know how much knowledge they got? Like it's a lot you can learn from, man. It's a lot. So, you
That's a
know,
fair assessment. But at the end of the day, like nothing stays the same.
nothing stay the
Regardless.
same. Nothing stay the same. But then eventually, it always come back to it is similar when they say like, "I remember this" and third or "What's going on?" Man, society's going wild. Like it's nothing the same, but it is the same. Because when it circles around, it's the same. People say the same thing, just like how we are. The next generation gonna be the same way. I think it's just different. It's different eras, but the movements are the same to me. I see it always being the same. It's just different. That's it. It's different eras. That's it.
Cool, cool, cool. Good stuff, man. I said it's Friday night. Gotta get up. These kids got games in the morning. Appreciate you rocking with me, Charlie. For
No doubt.
those that are new to the channel, those that are watching or listening, please go hit that subscribe button, share it, tell a friend to tell a friend. Um, got some more tricks up my sleeve, hopefully for 2025. Gonna upgrade and change some of this equipment to hopefully provide a better visual. Um, Try to get this to 1,000 subscribers.
You'll get there, man. That's
I'm
crazy.
at 711, I think. And deep down, I'm telling myself that I ain't going hard enough. But in reality, this time last year, I don't even think I had 500. So you just got to take baby steps, man. And it's just one of them things where, I was talking to Dante about this yesterday, actually, because he was telling me about somebody that he knows. And I started following them. I'm about to check out some of their episodes. But he was saying how like they record and do all their editing and things like that. And based on the visuals that I saw, excuse me, on social media, they got a dope setup and the playback and everything is crystal clear. And I was telling him, I was like, this whole entire time I've been doing this by myself. The editing, the uploading, and there's a lot of behind the scenes stuff that people don't understand. Like sometimes, man, this stuff is hard. Like we'll sit there and record, and then when I try to upload, that stuff will take hours. Get to 99%, and then the computer will crash or something that happened. So then you got to do it all over again. On top of the fact that I have to pay in order to get it on streaming services and stuff like that. So sometimes it is discouraging and you feel like it's not growing at the rate that you want it to. But I was just back at home and Cuz came up to me and he was like, "Hey, bro, I love your podcast. Keep doing what you're doing." So that made me feel good and just make you keep pushing. So small victories, man. So hopefully 2025 we'll be moving up a notch.
Yeah, we all got planned 2025, man. I would say this: anything you do that they're second nature to you. You absolutely enjoy. It's not gonna be an easy road. And I noticed that the older you get, you just gotta be consistent, man. You gotta be persistent and consistent what you're doing. And like it does be hard, man, because I get what you're saying, man. A lot of people don't see like the nobody sees the you building your muscle. Now, when I don't see you in the gym, they're not seeing your repetition. They see what's visually in front of them. And sometimes, like, it does be hard, but I just want people, man, you if you think God's telling you to do it and you feel right in your heart, you're doing the right thing, keep on doing what you're doing. And don't let
That's it.
nothing take you off of it. That's all I can say about that. Like, um, and like I said, I think everybody that I know, me, you both know everybody doing their thing. 2025 like it's gonna be a big year for everybody trying to push more. So cannot believe it's gonna be here soon. Time about too
Yeah.
fast. But the
Right.
thing is like you know what I'm saying? So I would say, man, yeah, I think like I said, I believe you're doing a good job. And like thing is like just being organic and genuine with it. That's the thing.
That's the key. That is the key, bro. And we've been talking about the little Sinet guy and stuff like that. And it's like, I'm not saying that they're not being real because I don't know him. But I'm saying to you, it's like my personality doesn't fit me turning on the camera and just resorting to all type of antics and stuff just to draw an audience. I'd rather sit down and have a soulful conversation like me and you just had. In my opinion, these are dope conversations. It's just, it ain't no different than if me and you were sitting around talking on the phone. It just so happens that we got a camera in front of us and we're putting our conversation out for the world. But most successful podcasters and streamers and things like that, it comes with a lot of antics. And I'm like, I'm not willing to do that just to get a following.
Yeah,
So
I get it.
we'll figure it out, man.
So all you can do, I say, just keep on doing what you're doing. Wake up every day. I read a book that said like even the days you don't feel like doing anything, do something. And they say
Man,
that's what really counts. So
yep. Good stuff, man. Real quick before we get off here, quick shout out. Mario, my therapist made me do this podcast. They in the heart of basketball season, so he's coaching, doing his thing. Y'all be sure to go check him out. The Sick Podcast, Anvil Show with my guy Clyde, uh, Indianapolis Colts fan. He also has the Complicatedly Misunderstood podcast. Um, y'all go check them out. And like I said, tell a friend to tell a friend. Appreciate you, Charlie.
always a pleasure.
Yes,
Always.
sir. Yes, sir. We out.
Ass toasted, no competition. Amnesia coasting. I feel so high, I feel so live. My body's intertwined. Amnesia coasting. I feel so live, and I know why. That I can't deny. Amnesia coasting. Giddy, fine wine, fools, malt liquor. Wish me I'm high class.